July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 blasted off from the Kennedy Space Center carrying 3 astronauts Neil Armstrong, Edwin Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins on its journey to the Moon. On July 20, 1969, astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first men to walk on the Moon, but not everyone is convinced that this historic journey actually happened. Ever since Neil Armstrong first set foot on the Moon, the conspiracy theories began.
How is the flag waving in zero atmosphere? NASA designed special flags for astronauts. These flags had a horizontal rod inside it. So why was the flag waving even though there is no air? The reason is something called inertia. Inertia has a tendency to remain unchanged. So everything wants to remain unchanged, nothing moves, unless we move it. So when they are planning the flag was waving.
Why are not there stars in the photos? Limited exposure range is the reason why we can't see the stars in any of the Apollo photos. Unlike our eyes, cameras can take only certain amount of light, and if the exposure is too high, everything will look too bright. If the exposure is too low, everything look too dark. Difference in shadow angle? Conspiracy theorists says that since the sun is the only light source on the moon, shadow angles should be consistent. But the truth is, when the sunlight hits the moon's surface, some of the light is reflected by the moon. The moonlight is softening the shadow. Neil Armstrong boots doesn't match the footprints on the moon. Actually, you can see the other images of the Apollo 11 that the astronauts were wearing lunar overshoes, aka wood boots, on top of the shoe part of their spacesuits. These boots do match the pattern of the footprints left on the moon. Why didn't astronaut die from the radiation? The spacecraft's hull shielded the astronauts from radiation while traveling through the Van Allen belt, place in Earth's magnetic field that trapped the solar wind particles of high-level radiation. Once they cleared that area, they weren't exposed to high radiation. Who filmed Neil Armstrong stepping on the moon? They simply mounted a camera on the descent stage of the lunar module and pointed it at the steps. And there are other proofs too. More than 410,000 Americans work on Apollo behalf of 20,000 companies. Was their work fake? You have to be very delusional to believe that. There is physical evidence to hundreds of kilograms of moon rocks have been brought back from the moon. The stones are studied by different scientists around the world. Not even a single scientist who studied them has suggested they are not real. From 2009, NASA lunar orbiter, orbiting around the moon, the lunar orbiter has taken the photos of the place where Apollo 11 was landed. The Chandrayaan-1 also detected the place of Apollo landed. Some of their instruments were left by them. One of the instrument is retroreflector. Retroreflector is a device which reflects the light back to its source. Lunar reflectors have enabled precise measurement of the Earth-Moon distance science since 1969 using lunar laser ranging.